How's it going, Tech 120? We're Group 8, the Innovator Allies, and this is our final project solution called Prisoners In. Now to meet the team, I'm Marcus Rodriguez. I'm in my third year here at Purdue in audio engineering technology.
My name is Jesus Chavez Contreras. I'm also in my third year, and I am mechanical engineering technology.
My name is Peyton Williams. I'm a first year student and I'm in computer information technology.
I'm Marquise. I'm a first year here, and my major is construction management technology.
My name is Shinkisai Marundara. I'm a first year and I'm studying organizational leadership.
So our problem space is based on advanced personal learning. So we chose to focus on prison reform efforts. We're mainly focusing on the lack of proper education in prisons and the effect of education on inmates. We have also observed that inmates who are released from prison are not staying out. This indicates that the current programs in place are not serving the goal of rehabilitation as the inmates continue to engage in crime.
Our stakeholders for this problem are inmates in all stages of prison, including juvenile. We chose them as our stakeholders because they are directly affected by our problem. Our POV statement is, juvenile detention centers and adult need a more effective way of providing inmates with the necessary skill/guidance for employment and education to combat feelings of unwantedness and purposelessness. Also, 2/3 of prisoners released from prison are reincarcerated 3 years after their initial release. Once again, 2/3 of prisoners released from prison are reincarcerated 3 years after their initial release. Prisoners who participate in prison education programs have a 43% less chance to return to prison. Prisoners have reported feelings of purposelessness and unwantedness due to being thrown away by society. Prisoners are not given guidance resources to help with re-entrance into life outside of prison. And prison education programs and work programs can help instill more confidence into prisoners and aid in shifting prison culture towards a more rehabilitating experience.
Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to test our solution due to the time it would take to design the software to allow prisoners to safely and securely write down their experiences. Now, also, the ability to get this software into prisons would take longer than we would have time for. We would test our prototype by implementing the software where the prisoners can safely and securely express their feelings into the prisons. Next, we will have a person who extracts their entries and puts them into the website for the public to see. Now, lastly, would be launching the website. The surveys on the website will be used to track whether or not the people's perspective of prisoners and the prison system has changed. This data can be used to determine the effectiveness of using personal anecdotes to portray the experiences of prisoners. We would then display this data in a pie graph, similar to this one, allowing us to gauge whether the prisoners' stories are having a positive or negative effect on people's perspective of the prison system. So the existing solutions. This problem has previously existed. This problem has previously existing solutions. But the issue with these solutions is that they only currently exist outside of prisons and or are extremely underfunded. A solution like guidance counseling therapy is a resource that already exists, but the problem is getting the solution into prisons. The only way to do so would be through government programs and funding. Now, we believe the best way to increase funding for prison education and guidance programs would be to spread awareness and shine a light on the humanity of the people in prison. We would do this by
Okay.
Our solution is to implement a website where we give prisoners a voice and allow them to express their day-to-day experiences. Our idea is that we will set up a website where people will have their initial views of prisoners and prisons assessed once they click on the website. After the survey, they'll be able to view personal anecdotes from prisoners across the US. After reading, they will then be assessed again on whether their perspective has changed about the prison system. The goal of the website is to provide information about the prisoners' experiences in prison and to show readers of the site that the people in prison are real people who deserve a chance to better themselves. We hope that by understanding what prisoners are going through, people will begin to understand why the current systems in place aren't effective in reforming prisoners and preparing them to return to society. The surveys are in place to gather feedback to see if the people's perspectives begin to change as a result of hearing the prisoners' thoughts and experiences.
Functioning prototype. So the prototype we made is made up of cardboard and paper. Paper is a depiction of the prisoner's perspective of prison life. Getting prisoners' perspective is just as important as getting the non-prisoners' perspectives. We can't change the prison system for the better without the input of prisoners, because at the end of the day, prisoners have to feel comfortable in their environment to prosper positively. The prototype allows prisoners' emotions to be expressed anonymously and freely. This will help in providing the public with the true experiences and condition in prisons, pushing for a more empathetic view towards prisoners. So what's next? The next steps. We're hoping that with this idea, it would open up our opportunities to collaborate with educational institutions, add features to interact with prisoners, and add a scholarship opportunity for prisoners who want to pursue education. The audience can help our cause by supporting prison reform organizations such as Prison Education Foundation and the Alliance for Higher Education in Prison, and advocating for government funding for prison guidance and education programs.
Thank y'all for listening to our presentation. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day.